Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 38th tutorial in this course. In this tutorial we are going to talk about scope of variables in PHP. So I've got a very short and sweet script file ready for you, and I've given it the name scope.php, and on line number 6 in this file I have the opening PHP tag. On line number 15 I have the closing PHP tag, and then I have created a variable called msg, short form for message, on line number 7, and I've assigned to it the string value good morning, right? And then on line number 8 I have created a function called greeting, and this function is not going to take in any arguments. As you can see, I have an empty parameter list here, and then inside the function body, that is between the opening curly brace on line number 9 and the closing curly brace on line number 11, I have created the variable msg again, right? So in a way I'm trying to change the value of the variable to good night. So I created msg, I assigned to it the value good morning, and then inside this function I have changed the value to good night, but we haven't still called this function, right? So we know that a function executes only when it is called, so we still haven't called it, we've just defined it. And then on line number 12 I have used the echo statement to see the contents of the variable msg. So over here we can be sure that we're going to see good morning as the output, because we still haven't called this function, and the variable that's going to be used by PHP is going to be this one. And then on line number 13 we have called the function greeting, and then on line number 14 I have used an echo statement again to see the contents of the variable msg. So we are expecting PHP to have changed the value in the variable msg from good morning to good night. So let's see what it has done, and I'll save the file. I'll go to my browser. Instead of return underscore multiple, I'm going to look for scope.php. Here we see good morning, and we see good morning again. So PHP hasn't changed the value of the variable msg, and the reason for that is that the scope of a variable, when you define it in a function, is local to the function, right? So this variable msg has the value good night only when it is used inside the function. So if I want to see good night here instead of good morning, one thing that I can do is I can just copy this echo statement, or I can cut it actually, and I can paste it inside the function, right? So now this echo statement is going to execute as soon as we call the greeting function here on line number 14, and the value that will be used inside the function is going to be the one that we have created or assigned to the variable msg inside the function, right? And if I save the file and if I refresh it, here we see good morning and good night. So you cannot make change to a variable that has been defined outside a function by just using the assignment operator. You'll have to do something more, and what you'll have to do is, let me just reverse the changes that I've made. So this is how the file was initially, and I'll refresh it in the browser. So we see good morning twice. Now let's say we want to change the value of a variable that has been created outside a function from within a function. So one thing that you'll have to do is you'll have to type in global space $msg, the name of the variable, and the global keyword is going to instruct PHP that the variable that we want to use inside this function is actually the global variable, or the one that was created outside the function, right? So now when we are going to assign the value good night, we won't be assigning it to a variable that's local to the function. Instead we'll be assigning the value to the one that we created here on line number 7, right? So that's perfectly legal, and I'll go to my browser and I'll refresh it, and there we go, we see good morning and good night. So we can change values of variables outside a function from within a function if we use a global keyword, right? So that's it for this tutorial. I'm going to see you in the next video, in which we'll discuss something interesting again, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.